is ready for a better story. We are ready for a President Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris is ready for the job.
Former President Barack Obama is expected to hit the campaign trail for Vice President Kamala Harris, starting with a stop in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania being one of the key states for winning the presidential election. Obama seems...
Now, don't you think if Obama is going to get out on the campaign trail for you and campaign for what constituency would he be helpful? Would he be able to bring in the black vote? He's going to places where they got some pretty dense black populations. I'm pretty sure that that's probably the reason they're rolling him out. But what credibility does Barack Obama have with the black community? Have you guys gotten into any discussions with any black people and said anything derogatory or bad about Barack Obama and they got pissed and they're looking at you like you crazy, like you have no idea what you're talking about? Like, oh, he's talking bad about Barack Obama. All they can think of is first black president. And it's sad that our own people, the ones who are being deprived, overlooked, neglected, ignored, abused, used, currently, all that, by Kamala Harris, who is asking for your vote. Kamala Harris is telling us that she wants to be the next president of the United States and trying to scare us into it with abortion. Because that's about the only thing that she said that anybody who would probably be so glued in that they might vote just for that one issue. And if you're in your 50s, 60s or whatever, you ain't getting no abortions, all right? And these younger people seem to be thinking and acting and doing differently than we did. I don't think that the abortion talk is being put out there for the younger kids, because I just don't think that they're going to be the kind of voters or support that she's going to be able to get with abortion talk. Barack Obama needs to come out and help in some way that he can help her, and that probably be with the corporate side of the Democratic Party, but not the streets, not black people. So what he's doing there is, I don't know. If anybody is informed, if anybody is educated, and if anybody is aware about Barack Obama, he could actually end up losing her votes and not gaining votes. I don't know why they roll him out like he's a celebrity, and I hope that his celebrity isn't aimed at black people, because we all, by this time, should know better. He is not out there for us. Absolutely not.
Senior advisor Eric Schultz said in a statement, quote, President Obama believes the stakes of this election could not be more consequential. And
that's a damn lie. He said that about Hillary. He'll say it about the next election. They say it about every election. The stakes could not be higher. The stakes keep getting higher and higher and higher and higher. They never go down. It's not like, hey, you guys, we're lucky that this isn't such of a consequential election. They never say that. It's always worse than the last one. And it might be this time, and they know it might not be lying, because Kamala Harris has been in office with Joe Biden for the last 4 years. You have a hard time getting people to vote for you if you can't show them your work. What have you done? And then in 2020, you guys didn't have a black platform. And in 2024, you don't have a black platform. And black people are still coming out and voting for Democrats in the majority. That needs to be recalculated and rethought. There's no reason for us to be voting for this party. They don't have us on their platform, on their agenda. What kind of black people are we that we're voting for people who ain't even supported us? Are all those elected black leaders that we have on the federal level, all the times they keep bringing up this reparation bill, HR 40. And it never gets past the House. I think it's just recently starting to have more positive. I don't even give a damn, because it's a stalling tactic. If I put a HR 40 bill out in years ago like they did, and start introducing it that's symbolic shit. That's that kind of shit to get us to know they're fighting for us, but they're not, because they know if you know what the result is going to be, then you ain't fighting. You already know you're going to lose. Then you're not fighting. Because if you already know you're going to lose, then you have to drop that. You have to relinquish that path and go another way. But you don't. Because you guys really know we're going to lose. You know we're losing, and you're helping elected officials, Kamala Harris being one. You get moved to the position of vice president with a president who is not mentally competent to serve another 4 years. You're given the Democratic nomination. You're given it. And you have to do everything they say. And you're through what you're not doing and what you're not saying, you're speaking volumes for what the Democratic Party behind you is saying. Has anyone even brought it up? Has anyone even said, are we going to do anything for blacks? No. We're going to just give them the same opportunities we give everybody else. That's what we're saying this shit. Who is the racist in the Democratic Party who is setting these policies? And I know Obama got something to do with it, or he's damn sure in agreement, because he made it very clear that the country was not ready to pay no reparations to black people. And that was back when he was in office. So if he's saying that shit then, do you think that all of a sudden the country got ready? They're not going to get ready because we're not fighting. And they're not fighting for us. So no one's fighting. Reparations is just a word out there. Nobody's fighting for it, and they ain't allowing us to fight for it because we still in Jim Crow. Once we accept that fact, then we know how to fight to get out of Jim Crow. But if you don't even think you're in Jim Crow, you're never going to get out of it.
Quote, Schultz stressed the significance of Obama helping turn out voters for the election, especially since early voting has begun in certain states across the country. Obama's celebrity has been beneficial for Democrats in terms of political support.
Yeah, on the corporate side. He has no street cred in the Democratic Party. Obama ain't winning shit in votes. He might be able to get out there and pull you some money in because of some of his contacts and some of the little favors that he's done. But there ain't no street cred there. There ain't no black people. And if they are, if you out there are still supporting Obama or getting offended by people talking bad about him, then you're an idiot. You really need to do some homework and understand his accomplishments for black people while he was in office. He is the LGBT plus president. And ain't nothing wrong with that if you're LGBT plus, but we're not. We black. And we should be expecting something of our black, or people who claim to be black. And that's why right now it's a bunch of stuff going on with Kamala Harris and her race and heritage. She is not a descendant of slaves in America. That's it. That's the end of it. She's not a descendant of slaves, period, anywhere on the planet. But she is not. That's where I'm ended right there. If she was a descendant of slaves in America, then I would feel different about her, because I feel like she would feel like I feel. I know what a descendant of slaves feels like. But if she want to pretend that she's been oppressed and that she's felt the same pain as the slaves, and a lot of people say, oh, when you just walk around in America with dark skin, you get this. No, you don't. You can go into the workplace as an African and get a complete different experience as an African in this country that you can as a black American. A black American, we stick out when we open our mouth, the way we look, the way we walk, the way we look back at your ass. It's something about us, and they pick it out real quick, and it is what it is. But don't ever tell me just because somebody got dark skin that they done walked in our snow. No, they haven't. It's racism against color. It's all kind of shit. But once they realize that you're not one of us, you speak with an accent, or you talk to them in a way that they like the words that are coming out of your mouth, then you know you ain't no damn descendant of slaves. So Kamala Harris and anybody who believes that she's black like we are, she's not. And it's not a knock against her. It's a fact against her. And Obama is not going to be the black person to come out and shoo a bunch of black votes toward her, because he don't even have that. He don't have the support of the black people. So who is he to come out and do heavy campaigning, and they think black people are going to bite? Because we ain't. We can't. We did this. We've been down. This shit is a sequel. And you know the sequel ain't never as good as the original movie. And his original movie wasn't that goddamn good. So the sequel ain't going to be great. Take that for however you want to.
He has generated tens of millions of dollars in political donations in this campaign season alone.
Yeah, that's how he roll. He's the corporate president. He's the one who bailed out the banks, the Wall Street. You don't think he could go pull no donations out of these people? They got back more than they lost with him. They came back stronger. And you remember how bad they were. Things were looking really, really bad in this country. So bad that they elected a black president. That's how goddamn bad things was looking. This man right here really got in office on the strength that he really appeared to be a credibly intelligent person who was going to steer us out of what we were in at that moment compared to the Republican alternative.
We are ready for a president, Kamala Harris.
No, we ain't. But yeah, this guy Obama is a con artist. He tried to con us. He tried to trick us and play cool with us during his election. Look at that shit. It's like a circus. If he lived his life like he or somewhere close to that, out on the basketball court all the time, hanging out with Jay-Z and Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? And maybe all that was an act or whatever. It worked. It worked. It got him 95% of the black vote. That's impressive. Kamala is nowhere close to that right now. And she probably never will be because a lot of us have awakened and we ain't going for that shit. You got to give us something and fight for us and show us you're fighting for us. And not say, I will do something to earn the black vote. What are you going to do to earn the black vote, Kamala? Go on shows like All the Smoke and not talk about black men? Talk about everything under the sun but the black men and the... I'm going to tell you, I don't like black men and black women being separated in politics and in constituencies. We are the same, in my opinion. I don't like it, but it's happening more and more and more and more. And if you do separate us, then black men need even more help. Because we are 13% of the population, black people. 13% of the population. Cut it in half. Really, it's more women than men, but cut it in half. Say it's 7 or 8% men. 8% of the population is black men. And 8% of the population makes up 40% of the prison population. That's your answer right there. You can find that much wrong in 8% of the population till you fill up your prisons with them. And then you still look at them like they crazy when they in large numbers are going away from the party that locked them up. When they are in large groups doing something different than they ever done before, and you want to wag your finger at them, and black people want to stick their chests out and argue with them. You don't know shit about politics. You don't know what you're talking about. Why do you think I don't know anything about politics? Because you voting for Trump. Well, I'm not voting for Trump. I'm actually as disgusted with him as I am with Kamala. But you know what that does with black people? It just makes them frustrated and mad. Because the key is they want you to vote for Kamala. They don't give a fuck if you like Trump or what, any of that. Just they want your vote because they want Kamala to win, because they don't understand that the stuff that's going on now in the world will continue. If you like the way things are right now, yeah, you probably should vote for her. She's talking about turning pages and not going back. That's bullshit. We are going to stay on the path that we're on, pretty damn close. I don't see any difference in her policies and Biden's. It was a horrible thing for them to make her the border czar and for her not to be in charge of border policy. It's impossible to be a border czar and not be in charge of border policy unless you're the border czar just to enforce the policy that has already been set. And that's what I believe happened. And the policy that had already been set was to let a whole bunch of illegal immigrants in to cater to your donors, to fill their companies up, their warehouses up, their fields up, and whatever else with that low, cheap labor. And then you still want to be the party of labor when you're bringing in low, crushingly low wage workers. And you're supposed to be the party of workers. That's the unions. Unions are supposed to support that. How in the hell can a union support a presidential candidate who was the border czar and let 10 million people in? There's no way. There's absolutely no way. And Obama and them think we stupid. Us specifically. Us specifically. Because if a white person throws their vote away on Obama or Trump or Kamala, the quality of their life isn't going to change. It might be a financial mistake as far as the economics, but they're not going to see their neighbors who look like them pulling away and moving further and further away economically, and they're stuck in one place as a result of a president. No, they're going to see everybody go down or everybody go up, but you won't feel targeted. You won't feel like it was done just against you. But as a black person, you will, especially when you already know you're operating from a low place, a deficit, and you got no one trying to do anything to bring you up to sea level where everybody else is, and then issue opportunities so that we can participate in this economy. But don't be offering us no opportunities and we can't even access the economy, access the opportunities. You're talking about business and home ownership, which we are at the bottom. So why are you pushing those things so hard and making black people feel like they're going to benefit from it when they never have before? You're not giving them a way to benefit. If it's just the way it's always been, go compare your policy to Jimmy Carter's, or go compare your policy to Reagan's. Go compare your policy to any other presidents and show me how black people will benefit under your presidency, where like Obama's, where they didn't ever before. What is so special about your opportunity economy that's going to help us, lift us up, and move us somewhere? It isn't. It isn't, folks. And I'm just saying, don't fall for the Obama. They're gonna pull him out. You won't see him in your state if it's blue, and you won't see him in your state if it's red. You'll see him in the purple states. He's trying to swing the people on the fence. There ain't no people on the fence. Everybody's made their mind up. Everybody has an opinion on the war that's going on over there in Israel, between Israel and Iran, and Israel and everybody. Us and everybody. We've already got our minds made up on Ukraine. We've always got our minds made up, and always have, about China. You guys in the government talk about China like they're our arch everyone enemy, but everything we own, everything we put in our hand, the cell phone covers, the food we put in our stomach, the microphones that we're talking on, the computer I'm using, comes from our arch enemy. So we give them that kind of power over our lives, but they're just our worst arch enemies. Well, then our government is stupid, because you need to transition us into a place where we can be safe, where we're not relying on our number one arch enemy. If that makes any sense. I don't know. But folks, we got to do better, and we can't let her be pulling out old dusty motherfuckers like Obama and expecting us to go for the okie doke. He didn't do anything for us, and I guess he's campaigning to let us know that she isn't going to do anything for us either. So with that, folks, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.